This is a somewhat interesting question. Do you think Sae agrees with HUGO and thinks Isagi should be a midfielder? Because think about it. The dialogue with HUGO basically explains that Isagi is aware that his talent is more suited to be a midfielder, and HUGO is also aware of this. Meaning, it would be unlikely that Sae would not be aware of this as well. Like, if HUGO is like, your skills are more suited to be a midfielder, I feel like Sae would also know. And also, it's weird. Look at the dialogue of what Sae says about Isagi after the Japan game. He says, "I was wrong. I thought that Japan could never produce a proper striker. The one who drew out your instincts and who will change Japanese soccer is Yoichi Isagi. He might be the egoist to do it. Japan can still change." Now, you might look at this at first and say, oh, Sae's talking about Isagi being a striker, so that just nullifies the question. No, because there's something a little bit different here. He says, "I was wrong. I thought Japan could never produce a proper striker." And then you have this little moment with Rain here. Rain, at first, thought that Sae was talking about him. Sae then follows up and says that Isagi is the one who can change Japan. And Rain thinks, shit, Sae's talking about Isagi. But he could be talking about Rain still. He's saying he never thought Japan could produce a proper striker. But then he goes on to say that Isagi was able to draw out your instincts, your talent. And there's no denying, Rain is a striker, right? And he is a very damn good one. And I'm going to be honest, a proper striker. You can interpret Sae as saying that Isagi is a striker, but I feel like you could also interpret it and say, hey, Sae considers Rain to be a proper striker, but he says that the one to make those proper strikers is Isagi. He could be saying that Isagi himself is not a proper striker, but he is the catalyst to produce proper strikers. Because he didn't think Japan could have a proper striker, but ever since Isagi was around, he thinks he can change Japanese soccer. So if we're being honest here, Sae might agree with HUGO and think that Isagi's more suited to be a midfielder. I could totally see this as going either way, but I think it is something that should be discussed. It's a very interesting conversation to have here. Thank you to this follower, by the way, for suggesting this video. And if you want me to cover your video ideas, send me a DM, or if you want priority, Cash App is in my bio.